Pop Culture Pastor.
So DJ, you're kind of famously, you jump on the Christmas train early.
Yeah.
In
I
our
done started something up in here.
Yeah,
For real, I got a movement going on.
yeah. I know people that listen to the pod elsewhere. They're probably like, "What do you mean he's famous?" I was like, "Well, we live in a smaller town, but
There's a movement happening.
you started something here, and it's this simply it put." The day after Halloween, All Hallows Day, whatever it is now the beginning of Christmas
Yeah,
season.
for me, it definitely. So, do you really want to know where this started, or do you want to just talk about Christmas?
Oh, there's a backstory?
Yeah, man, there's a backstory.
Well-
It's going to be rough.
I was
Back in-
gonna segue into just when do you start watching Christmas entertainment, but no, this sounds interesting.
So I was in a really dark place one year.
Oh,
My
man.
wife
Okay.
had just left me. I was lost, and I just had a visit on Halloween from a lady who had cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Came over to my house, and she started rapid firing scriptures to me. I mean, back to back to back to back. This is on Halloween. And we used to do this thing for kids at our church, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to get the emotional energy to even attend this thing. And this woman comes over to my house named Debbie Bailey. She passed away of cancer.
yeah.
She back-to-back scriptures. She's told me, ding dong, doorbell rings, opens the door. God sent me to you. You know our background. We've heard that a lot.
Right, yeah.
She sits down. I'm talking back-to-back scripture. I'm talking like 40-something scriptures back-to-back. Rapid fire. I'm just sitting there. And then I go over to the church. It just, everything changes. The darkness lifted off of me. She gave me the scripture. She left me with those verses on a piece of paper. I still have it to this day. Walked out of my house, left me and said, talk to God about those verses. So I had my little quiet time. Holy Ghost over. Had one of the best church services by myself I've ever had. Cried like a big baby. One of the most beautiful times I've ever had in the spirit. Went to the church, had the best time at the kids' event, and I came home that night and went, I'm putting my Christmas stuff up now. And on Halloween, about 10:30 at night, I'm dragging all my stuff out, Dave. And I'm watching Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn. Secular movie. I don't want to get in trouble. This is the pop culture.
Oh, yeah. It's a great movie.
Great
I love
Christmas
that movie.
Yeah, so I watched that, and then I watched it. I ended up being up to like 4:30 in the morning. I call in the next day, November the 1st, finished my whole house, outside and front. And me and my daughter were living together. We were alone living together in this big old house. And we started a new tradition. We watched a different Christmas movie every day leading up to Christmas. Some of them were them cheesy Hallmark movies. I made a meal for her. Started inviting people over every Wednesday night. I call it festival season. So almost every Wednesday night, I would have people over my house. We'd play card games. We'd play Christmas music and everything. It was like, so that's the brand new tradition. All of my kids are in on it. My wife's families, they're in on it. They come over. Everybody knows. I got 7 trees up right now as we speak.
That's
7
incredible.
trees. I have 3 in the front room, 1 in the kitchen, and then 3 in the back, 1 downstairs in my basement. Now, I divide, I'll send you the list. I have all my Christmas movies in phases. So phase 1 are the movies with Christmas in it, like Die Hard,
Yeah.
Iron Man 3.
Someone just got really triggered that you're saying it's Christmas adjacent.
Yeah.
Someone just got really triggered. It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, anything with Christmas in it. So, and then as we get further into, and I also have some Thanksgiving movies in there. So, like
Yeah.
Soul Food. There's a couple that I probably shouldn't say because they got violence in them. But like Four Brothers, that's a very inappropriate movie. But I still watch it because it's got a Thanksgiving scene in there. It's around Thanksgiving that they lose their mom and they violently go find the guys who killed her.
We don't judge here.
It's Marky Mark's movie.
Yeah, Marky Mark.
But I wouldn't encourage somebody to watch that with their kids. So I have that. So I have several like Thanksgiving type movies that I watch in there. And then as we get closer to Christmas, and then finally the last couple of weeks is like Christmas Story, National Lampoons, Four Christmases, this Christmas, There's Medea's Christmas. There's several Christmases that as we get closer.
Well, see, this is why I like talking to you, because you always answer the questions I have before I ask them. Because like I was going to get at is like, when do you, okay, so I'm serious. November 1st, I was like driving here at night to come record something for the pod. And I drive past your house, and it is lit up. I mean, it looks like Vegas, man.
Yeah,
except
man.
Christmas.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I'm like, dang, there it is.
Yeah.
But I see that it's catching on different houses on your
absolutely.
block.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
there were several houses on November 1st.
Yeah, my block is lit up now.
Lit up.
Yeah.
And so I was done.
The block is hot. The block is hot.
Yeah. It's they deck the halls. But so I was wondering, because I was thinking, like, here's my problem is I want to start watching Christmas stuff immediately.
Yeah.
But I don't want to waste it. Like, I want to
So
save
that's
it.
a good point. It'll wear you out. So what I do, this is going to sound bad. So I get up first thing in the morning. I spend my time with the Lord, go through my scriptures, going through Hebrews right now. And then when I'm done, I have a Spotify playlist. So I put my music in my house. Like, that's a very important playlist for me. I like, when I come to my house, music to be playing. So music is playing in my house. Unless you're watching, everybody knows I have an iPad that's only dedicated to music being played in my house.
Waylon Jennings.
Some on Saturdays. Saturday mornings.
Saturday.
Saturday mornings is outlaw country. So, and biscuits and gravy somewhere in somewhere. So everybody knows that my music is playing. You don't touch my music unless you're going to watch something on TV. You don't touch the music that's playing. So, and I play the playlist. I set the tone for my house. Mm-hmm. That was something I learned when I was going through my difficulties. I have to set a tone for my house.
Okay.
So the first couple of weeks of November, that first day, November 1st, I play all Christmas music. But the rest of the Christmas season, I almost act like I'm a radio DJ. So I'll play my Christian music, worship music, and my Christian stuff. And then they're sprinkled in. Like, I think it's like 3-1 the first week. 3 regular songs you listen to, then you add a Christmas song.
Okay.
And then it goes 2-1. Then it goes 2 for 2. Then it goes like, and then by the time I get to Thanksgiving, it's like mostly Christmas. Same thing with my Christmas movies. Like, I don't watch the classics till we get in dead. I mean, it's December the 5th, December the 6th before I start putting on classics.
Okay. So, yeah, I found, my favorite Christmas movie is White Christmas.
Yeah.
And I have found, because my daughter, my oldest daughter, loves White Christmas too, because bless her, she's an old soul.
Yeah.
But one year she watched it in like late October. She declared that it was time and watched it in late October. And I think I'd watched it a few times with her, or at least caught pieces of it before Thanksgiving. And I remember that Christmas as feeling very un-Christmas.
Yeah.
But when I wait, and I try to wait as long as I can before I watch White Christmas, I find that the closer to Christmas I can hold it off and watch it, it emotionally resonates with me the longer I can hold out, right? Because it's the nostalgia.
So, yeah, for me, the first movie is like Funny Farm.
Oh,
The movie ends on Christmas.
Yeah.
And so that's not really a Christmas. You don't feel Christmas. You know, when you think of Christmas movie, you don't think of Funny Farm, but I watched that. There's a movie called Just Friends.
Oh.
Okay.
Listen, any Ryan Reynolds fan,
Yes.
that is a classic.
That's a definite classic. There's a movie with Adam Sandler called Jack and Jill, Christmas movie.
Is it really?
That's during Christmas, but it's in California, so it's actually Hanukkah for them, but it's a Christmas movie. Iron Man 3, The Family Man is another one I watch. There's some Hallmark ones too, like Country Christmas, Mississippi Christmas. These are these Hallmark movies I watch, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of like the cheesiness of that movie.
Family Man is low-key one of my dark horse favorites.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Christmas movie to me. Die Hard 1 and 2.
It's amazing that 80s action flicks were really like, so Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon.
Die Hard. What was the other one? What was the one you just said? You just mentioned her. That's what set me off. I don't know. A lot of
Iron Man 3.
First Blood.
Yeah, First
Rambo
Blood. Yes.
1. First Blood.
That's crazy.
Takes place
yes.
during Christmas.
Iron Man 3 is also a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Takes place during Christmas. And then we get a little closer. Oh, now there's a movie that's really a Christmas movie, but I have to watch it just so I can. And it's Christmas with the Cranks.
Yeah, that's a lot of people's favorite. It was never my thing.
Not my favorite. That's why I moved to the first, but it feels like Christmas. It's not just a movie with Christmas in it. It's about Christmas. As we get closer, then you get to The Best Man Holiday. This Christmas, Medea Christmas, The Ref, which is one of the funniest.
Oh, Dennis Leary.
Oh man, that's one of my favorite ones. One of my all-time favorite lines in any movie is when that Kevin Spacey's mom is a very pretentious lady. She's not very much liked in this movie. And he comes in and kidnaps or he holds the family hostage, and she's all tied up, and she's talking crazy to Dennis Leary, and he goes, "Ma'am, your husband didn't die. He's hiding." And I have never, the first time I heard that, I have never laughed so hard. "Ma'am, your husband's not dead. He's hiding." So
It's funny, millennials and younger remember Dennis Leary as like, oh, he was on that fireman show or whatever.
yeah.
And you're just like, you have to explain to like, oh no, he was a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
And for about, it was like he burned hot. Like it was like 2 years where he was the thing.
yeah, because you can only take so much of that.
Yeah, it was all anger comedy.
Yes, it's very anger. The Preacher's Wife, Jingle Jangle came out a couple years ago on Netflix. Have you seen that?
No.
Bro, it's a musical. When I say talent personified, you gotta look up. It's on Netflix. Jingle Jangle.
All right. Who's in it?
It's not.
Nobody really.
Your boy from Key and Peele, the tall one, the light skinned bald head.
Oh, okay. Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron. He's in it. That's what I can remember off the top. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. I sneak in there. I love This Christmas. Have you seen that?
The one with all the Wham music?
No, it's the one with Mekhi Phifer, Gabriel Union.
Oh, no, I haven't seen
Danny Glover. Oh man, okay, I'm gonna send you the link for that.
Okay.
You gotta watch that. That's a good. Their mom dies, and they're trying to bring the family together. That typical. Oh, it's got the comedian. Oh man, doggone it, tall. What is his name? It's got some heavy hitters in it.
Okay.
And it is. What's the heavyset lady that was mad at everybody? She's mad at Oprah. She's a comedian. She's mad at everybody. She's protesting. I can't think of her name. If I said her name, you'd know who I was talking about. But
Rosie O'Donnell?
Is she still around? Is Rosie O'Donnell still around?
I mean, I think she's still kicking out there somewhere.
I haven't.
She's probably still mad, but that's not the mad lady you're talking about.
No, that's not who I'm talking about. But this Christmas, I get these mixed up sometimes. There's another one with Chris Brown and he has a family. Idris Elba's in it. Have you seen that one too?
No.
Oh man. So there's some I think movies that you would like that have an African American, predominantly African American cast that I think you would enjoy. That you could watch and you wouldn't feel like Christmas is being stole from you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I got you. I got you.
So there's some good. The one with Chris Brown called This Christmas. That one with Chris Brown is a really good one.
Okay.
And it's
I'm
got
going to check that
Idris-
one out.
It's got Idris in it.
I do like Mekhi Phifer.
Yeah, Mekhi Phifer's in that one, and it's got this sense of it's not the traditional. Almost Christmas is the one with Danny Glover. My bad. Monique is in it.
Okay,
And she destroys that movie.
I think I've actually seen that one.
Yeah, that one's good. And Kimberly Elise is in it. Omar Epps is in Almost Christmas. Sometimes I get Mekhi Phifer and Omar Epps mixed up.
Just you? Everybody gets Omar Epps and Mekhi Phifer confused. I'm not sure they're not the same person.
Those are good. So that helps me with my culture fatigue sometimes.
Yeah. I love. That's the good part about Christmas entertainment and the season. If you make it longer and you have enough movies, see, that's helpful.
Yeah.
Because there's all these movies that are untapped for me, and it's like where do you? I don't even see those movies. Like, so when you're scrolling through, like, Netflix will group their Christmas movies.
Yeah. Brother,
I don't want to get into a racial conversation, but it's not like those movies are the first ones that pop up.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You know that, no doubt. And it's just I don't understand. I will say this. I almost do more research about entertainment than I actually watch entertainment, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You may feel that way too. Like, I will know more about it than the experience of it.
Yeah.
There are movies I know about them, but I've never watched them.
Well, that's the fun part about Christmas movies, if you're analytical in that way, is you can just sit and watch Christmas movies. As a bonus, there's a Thanksgiving movie that is absolutely I mean, especially since John Candy passed.
What's
I
that?
just treasure, and it's Plane, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, okay. Let me put that on. I forget that's a Thanksgiving movie.
It's that's the whole point of the movie is
I
Steve
know,
Martin's
yeah.
trying to make it home for Thanksgiving.
Yep. I forget. I forgot about that.
I love that movie, and like I know most people, since John Candy passed away young, which was
Yeah,
sad.
yeah.
I know
brother-
I know most people would say like Uncle Buck or some of
Yeah.
his where he headlined the movie. I think Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is like his ultimate performance. I love that movie.
The thing about John Candy that I can't get out of my head is my brother, hardcore gangster, hardcore. My brother is hardcore, you know. And he's gotten older. He's 5 or 6 years older than me, so he's calmed down now. But growing up, he's one of the most feared people I've ever been. I was scared of him. And when John Candy died, my brother cried, bro. Like, I'm talking cried. My brother loves John Candy.
Wow.
And so as a kid growing up, we had to watch his movies. Because my brother's like, we're watching some John Candy. Uncle Buck was always on. Yeah, so for me, I'll add that. That's a good movie. I can watch that later on this week. So that's a big deal for me. Like just, so I have it organized. I sit around. And if I get a Christmas, like if it's September and I start feeling Christmassy, I start getting myself ready for Christmas as opposed to watching something Christmas. I start doing research like what movies am I going to watch? Where am I going to put them? Yeah.
So it's Christmas.
What's the other movie though? White Christmas, and what's the other one that they're in together that's Christmas?
Who?
I watched that one too.
Bing Crosby?
Yeah, there's another one.
Holiday Inn?
Holiday Inn. Yep.
Yeah. So that's
it.
the Holiday
That's-
Inn is the movie where that White Christmas, the song was actually written for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then they decided to
Yeah.
White Christmas movie is the
Yeah.
one where they're like, let's
Yeah,
capitalize on
yeah,
this.
absolutely. Yeah.
But I was okay with
That's
it.
because White Christmas has that military. They're in the military first.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I like both of those. I usually watch those. That's front end for me. That's not I don't put that in the back end. My back end is actually disappoints people.
Yeah. There are two moments in Christmas movies that are sure Dave cry moments. Moment number one is the beginning scene of White Christmas where he sings White Christmas for the troops.
Yeah,
Like in the
yeah.
thing. And Danny Kaye's working like the
Yeah,
old school crank music thing.
yeah.
And you got the young soldier leaning on his rifle.
Yeah.
And like with the longing looks for home. And
Yeah.
gets me every time. The other one is the end of this is gonna be weird. The end of Family Man.
Oh,
So the Family Man
Yeah.
is a retelling of It's a Wonderful Life
Yeah.
with Nicolas Cage.
Yep.
And like he gets like a glimpse of what his life could have been if he didn't go to Wall Street, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's the old flame played by
Yeah.
Taya Leone.
it's so good.
And then he wakes up to realize, it was just
Yeah.
a glimpse at something. And so but like long story short, he goes and tracks down and they end up, the movie ends kind of up in the air. You don't know, but
Yeah,
he's like already, he finds what's important in life.
Yeah.
And the way it ends, I cry every time, like a baby. When I was single, it was the movie I didn't want to watch because it would make me feel like this is gonna make me want to get married.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's how Christmas works for me, and there's nothing like. So this November has been like Florida. I don't know
Yeah,
what's going on.
it's been super
But
warm
normally in November it's cloudy, so I can have my Christmas lights on in November normally, and it would bring me some joy because I was trying to cultivate an environment of hope, joy. I'm really big on. All those things are an inside job, but you can reinforce the inside by creating environments that get what you want on the inside. So if my inside is hope-filled and joyful, and then when I go home, my environment at home is hope-filled and joyful, it'll bolster and reinforce that which is already on the inside, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think you can just put up Christmas stuff and feel better. But I think if you feel good, it'll help bolster and keep that thing going and heading in that direction. And so it also prepares me for those cloudy days of winter. Now, January and February, I ain't figured nothing out for that yet. Got to come up with something.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. One more question though. Do you want to come put up lights on my house?
Well, actually, I won't lie. My stuff that's low, I did. The stuff that's high, my man did. I always get them mixed up. Oh my gosh, the Richards kid.
Oh, okay.
Kenton came in.
Yeah, you had someone to do it. Yeah, because I don't like getting up on the ladder.
Yeah, I'm not getting up and down that ladder, man. That's, and he has it down to the absolute science. So,
And my house
it
is
took him 30
two-story.
minutes to do my house.
30 minutes.
Yeah, man.
What does he do this for pay?
Yeah, he has his own business, and he sets up in 30 minutes. The first year you pay for the lights, and then every year after that, you just tell him what date you want to put them up. He puts them up for you. It takes him about 30 minutes.
Wow.
He takes them down. He stores the lights for you. He takes them up, sticks them down. You get a bulb go out. He replaces the bulb. He sets the timer. He does everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to call him.
Yeah. I'll send you the link.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah.
In our town.
Yeah, buddy. We got a revolution happening around here. But one more thing. What do you think about the people who get so mad about it?
I don't know.
Isn't that interesting? Like, I sometimes I want to troll them. But I'm amazed at how many people actually come at me, like very disappointed. Like, it's not like it's a thing. They are disappointed, like literally, like they cannot believe the audacity of you.
You got to work through your feelings, I think, on that, because I wonder if they're like me with the movies, where they're afraid that if they don't save it for a concentrated burst, that it's not going to feel the same for them, maybe.
Yeah.
But then again, where do you get to the point where you're like actually bringing? I would be afraid. I realize we just said this into a microphone that's recording us, but I would be afraid to like. This is okay. All the things in the world to be concerned about. This is what I'm going to get active about.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to go ask this dude like, "Hey, how come you put up your Christmas lights so early?"
I don't understand how you can be so concerned about something that's so benign and somebody else is doing it.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's just, but it is definitely a thing. What I've learned from the internet that I love the most is that we'll fight about anything.
Oh yeah. Well,
that's why I love that. I love that depravity.
Self-righteousness is a hell of a drug.
I
DJ.
love that. I love that depravity. So yeah, it's all good.
You got to be right about something. Why
Yeah,
not about
amen.
when to Christmas?
Amen.
All right, that's good. We'll talk later about more
right,
Christmas stuff.
All right, brother.